Hey guys and gals, this is Alex Olson, broker for Legendary Apartment Brokers. Today is Monday, June 2nd, 2025, and this is the KC Multifamily Minute. All right, let's get right into it. What do we got? We got some statistics for you every single week. How many new opportunities? What kind of class location are those opportunities in? What's the price per unit? Give you my 2-second opinion on each one of these opportunities. All in the multifamily space, all in Kansas City for your 1031 exchange, or if you're an active real estate investor, you got to sharpen your pencils. Let's see how this works out. So first up, how many we got out there? So there's actually, if you look on LoopNet, I'll click over that right now for podcast listeners. I'm looking at the LoopNet website. I got this filtered down to everything in Kansas City that's multifamily. This actually shows here with only the new properties that are on the market here in the last 7 days. But what about everything? So we got 45 out there on LoopNet. 40 of those are available, which means 5 are under contract, which is consistent over the last several weeks. This is a lot that are out there that is multifamily in Kansas City. 40 of those for you to go out there, look at, evaluate, see if there's a good fit for you. Back over on the MLS, which I'm using my website here, legendaryapartmentbrokers.com, to power everything multifamily that's available. This is, again, filtered down to the newest, but what do we have out there for everything that is still open and out there? There's 81 opportunities, $500,000 plus, that was built before 2020, which is right in the wheelhouse for active real estate investors. 62 are available, which means 19 are under contract. But the key here is 62 are available, $500,000 plus. At least half of those are $500,000 to $1 million. So there's a good 30 or so that are $500,000 to $1 million that are out there and available for you to evaluate. Have you evaluated all of those? I doubt it. I have, on a quick snapshot. If you listen to this podcast every single week, at least get your bearings going to see where you might want to take your next real estate investment. Okay? Now, let's get right into it. What are the actual new ones? Well, we've got here on the MLS, we've got 3 new opportunities. Let's get right into it. First up, we'll start west to east. So podcast listeners, I'm zooming in here. This is going to be 11 condo units in Westport Country Club Plaza. It's really north of the plaza, so it's Westport off of Roanoke. 11 condos for $1.2 million, which comes out to be about $109,000 per unit. There's always pros and cons to condos. If you don't control your HOA, you don't control it. However, this is a relatively easy HOA to understand. $109,000 per unit. This is more of a passive real estate investment play in a Class A location here in Kansas City. If you got a 1031 exchange, you got about $1.2 million to spend. You like more of the passive play. It'll appreciate a little bit slower than houses will. However, again, this is more of a passive play and could be a good fit for you there, okay? Next up, we have, let's get zoom back out here, podcast listeners. We are going to go real quickly over here to east of 71 highway, south of 70. You know I don't do many transactions over here. This is typically Class D kind of location. I'm not going to comment on where this building specifically is because I'm not, it's just a block-by-block kind of situation. This has been completely redone, but it's $500,000 for a sixplex, which comes out to about $83,000 per unit. Looks like it's been nicely rehabbed. Again, typically this area, Class D location, so I'm not going to talk a ton about that location. All right, zooming back out. Now we're going to head over here to Independence. Okay, so we're going to zoom into Independence. We've got ourselves 12 units. It's 6 duplexes for $1.65 million, which comes out to be about $137,000 per unit in Independence for a duplex. Might be on the high side. However, again, you guys know I love duplexes, fourplexes, especially side-by-side style. Where you have low owner expenses. This is typically going to be a Class C location. However, Independent's going to have some, great pockets where it's maybe Class B or Class A. Again, you're looking at, like I said, $137,000, $138,000 per unit. Over here, Class C, B location. Could be a good fit for 1031 exchange. If you love the duplex world, might be some price, ability to negotiate in there to get a better deal. Who knows, maybe if you're only at half that amount, you could, for your 1031 exchange, we can negotiate to buy half of them. Never know. But if you got a 1031 exchange, let's look at that one and see how that might fit into your real estate investment strategy. All right, so zooming back out, that's everything new on the open market here on the MLS. So let's head on over to LoopNet. So podcast listeners, I got LoopNet pulled up. There's actually two new opportunities here. I'm familiar with both of them. More familiar with this first one. First one is 8208 Troost Avenue. So this is south of Waldo area here. This is transacted several different times over the last several different years. Upgrades keep coming to this. Is unpriced, so I'm not going to be able to give that to you. As far as location, this is going to be a class, probably honestly a class C little pocket here, maybe B minus. It has turned and improved over the last decade or so, but keep that in mind as you're looking at this. I know they made a lot of updates and upgrades to it. If you've got, my best guess is it's probably somewhere around $100,000 per unit, so you're looking at $7.8 million or so. If you've got that kind of money for your 1031 exchange, check it out. Let's talk about it. I've got some pretty good details there for you as well. All right, so zooming back out, there's one more new opportunity here. This is another unpriced deal. It's 36 units off of 49th and Grand. Zooming in here, this is really Country Club Plaza, UMKC area, so south and east of the plaza slightly. Also it's going to have, my guess is this is also I'm going to say $200,000 per unit. I really don't know. It's been updated, upgraded. It's a great spot, great little location. I mean, right off of the streetcar line. Who knows, might be $225,000 per unit, but it's 36 units, nicely rehabbed, Class A location, great streetcar stop. If you love urban core, Class A locations could be a great fit for you. Let's talk for your 1031 exchange. If you've got, call it $7 million or so in exchange money you can get into, could be a good fit for you. Okay, that's everything new. So we've got 5 new ones hitting the open market, couple to stay, one or so to stay away from, in my opinion, unless you've done your due diligence there, you love that location, and a couple other ones that could be a good fit depending on what your need is for your 1031 exchange or as an active real estate investor. You got any other questions? Give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email, alex@legendaryapartmentbrokers.com. We'll talk soon.